said, really making a move on closing ground between him and Borderline. This is also an A boat. As you can see, this Seahawk hull is really taking the rough water a little better than some of our smaller boats. Not getting bounced around as much as the others, and still maintaining a good trim and a good attitude of that boat. Like I said, he's a rookie, and we're just going to have to wait and see. If he gets the blood going, who knows what could happen to catapult him into another exciting career and an up-and-coming rookie on the NPBA circuit. Right now, we're starting to get some of the bad lists, the people who are breaking down and having some bad luck in this race. A61 Superboat, A71 Snakebite. Varmint has had some problems. Tough break. The attrition is starting to run rapid here. Kamikaze Race Team, Indigo, a surprise breakdown. Really could be trouble. Don't Blink is having some problems. We're going to have to wait and see. But right now, a boat that hasn't broken down, Bounty Hunter. This boat is moving. Billy Martin and Don Erdosh. They've been battling all day with Impressia's East Coast Marine. These guys bring the cigarette. They drove the boat down literally in the water from Jersey. Just leave it at the dock, go to the driver's meeting, come out, and we're racing. How about this for a performance? This boat has to be tuned well, really running strong, and has the muscle and the motors to go the distance. Plus, he can't break because he's got to get the boat back to Jersey, you mentioned earlier. They're out for a good run here in Freeport. This is their kind of water. This 35 hull is built for this stuff. Motors seem real fine. The attitude of the boat looks good to me from this vantage point, and they're running a strong 74 miles per hour. They're really making some moves here, looking real good. Unofficially, as we get into this last lap, they've passed East Coast Marine, who has been leading 3 of the last 4 laps, and they have passed him. This could be some mechanical breakdowns at East Coast. We'll just have to wait and see when we get into the pits. But right now, Bounty Hunter is your current leader and really trying to make up some ground now. He wants to really ensure this lead. This would be a tremendous win for Martin and Erdosh in this boat. They were here early this morning. They came from all the way from Jersey. They got first in New Jersey a couple weeks ago on the last race. Real Bounty Hunter race team going after the bounty and really making sure they get it. And they're still in contention with the points as we move into our last race. These guys really want to stay tough for the first last race, the first this week. If it holds up, they will really be in the point standings and maybe knocking on the door of instant air freight. Time will have to tell. Erdosh with his United Van Lines, a lot of experience. Martin, also a good driver. These two have merged their talents to put together this boat right now. And as you can see, it's cooking. Looking real calm. This hull is built for this kind of chop out here. Cigarette, what can you say? A proven name for year after year. Very dependable, very strong. And there's nothing like that hull in this kind of water. And if it gets it, it is a tough opponent to run against. Some of these cats might be finding that out, but we're just going to have to wait to see as we draw to the exciting conclusion of the Scorpion 100 in Freeport, New York. We're going to be staying running with our leader right now, Bounty Hunter. Stay on this race boat, E51. Other boats still running. Phantom with Carl Berry and Michael Lessie is still in there. Jesse James running. Frenzy's Hotshot having some problems. There you have it. There is the East Coast Marine. No, from who's my spotter pointing out there? Excuse me there. That was Doug Carmen's Victory Cat on the outside. Being in the back seat here looking at the helicopter gets difficult at times. I was caught up in the excitement following Bounty Hunter. But they go by Carmen's Victory Race Team on the outside and really stay running strong. Well in excess of the 75-mile-per-hour plateau and looking smooth. Speaking of Alessi's Phantom, here it is. Mike Alessi and Carl Berry down from Massachusetts in their cat. Merc Outboards, Phantom Race Team, D7. A real fine-looking boat. These guys are starting to get it better and better and get stronger and stronger as the race circuit goes on. I'm sure you all recall that exciting finish that they had in Boston, their home port, where they brought home the checkered flag in class, really giving Mike a boost of confidence. Carl's been around the sport for many years, wins awards, sportsmanship, competition, had some great boats. You all remember his good boat, Michelob Light, that he brings to the races as a flagship, and just Top Cat, his orange hull, another mean-looking race boat. But this year he's lent his time and talents to Phantom Race Team and really trying to make them a competitor on this circuit. D-class is tight, many points still up for grabs. As you see right now, Alessi needs a good finish right here. He's at a first and a few thirds, putting him over the 1,000-point total. But Tony Averso's centerfold, especially with a good run today, is right on his heels with 900. And Wayne Vincent triple threat is also looking good. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. But Alessi must have a good finish here. This boat, bordering on high 60s, low 70s right now, still looking good and running strong. Consistency would have to be described this picture the best. Just consistent overall performance. Nothing too crazy. Almost a conservative approach to the race today, but they're hanging in there. As I said before, many boats have dropped out. We still have over 20, but almost 50% of our boats have already dropped out of the race. I've mentioned some boats before. We believe Courageous Cat is out. Challenge is out. Double Vision, I believe I mentioned earlier. The Philippone Brothers is out. Phantom's still running, as you can see right now. Firefox, you saw that terrible stuff of DeCarlo. Breakaway had his troubles, but still out there. Midnight Sun a problem, but they're still running these boats. As I said, Carl Burry, always a conservative driver, but consistent, I would have to say. Knows what he can do within his limits, which is very important. Don't want to strain yourself or your equipment, being it's a new boat with a new team. I think they're going to finish out the campaign really getting used to everything, fine-tune it, and come out barking strong. However, they can still place with a good finish in New Rochelle, and a finish here could give them a third place if they can climb the ladder in class. D, very competitive racing this year. But basically, their attitude is confident, boat looks good. Just that Chris Cat with those Merc outboards, just propelling itself right along. Well in excess of 60 miles an hour. High 60s, I would have to say, right here. With that performance in Boston, they know they can do it. Once you get a win under your belt, you feel confident every time you go out in that water. Other boats beginning to finish up and really come near the final checkpoint on this last lap. Phantom's still out there, and we're going to stay with him until we can pick up our last boat or two as we check the course and see what's out there. But right now, we're going to try to compile some statistics that we have and just see how things look as we draw near to a close of the Scorpion 100. We'll be staying with Phantom Race Team right here. This is a good-looking boat. These guys are really enjoying their racing right here. Not too many problems, just moving right along. And now we're here on Ron Barrett and Rich Bartel's centerfold. These guys are in second place tonight right now and really running hard against HMS Dia1. Well, that's about going to do it. Well, that's about going to do it for us. We're going to head back to the airport right now, and if all standings hold up, these will be your official standings for the Scorpion 100 this year. In A class, Quenzel's Borderline ran away with things again, real strong, followed by Seahawk and Banana Man. B class, Mirage, followed by DePietro Realty in second, Outlaw in third. C class, tough competition, Burger Smoking the Bandit, followed by Mad Mac and Breakaway. D class, real tough racing, HMS Dia1, followed by the Barretts and Bartel in centerfold. Couldn't catch it, but second place, real strong. American Spirit in third. E-Class, Bounty Hunter, who passed East Coast Marine at the end in second, and American Express in third place. Well, the South Bay 100 has been a great race. There are a few people we'd like to thank who have made this Scorpion 100 a successful race. Of course, the South Bay Performance Association with Lex Stewart and John Alberghini. Tommy Masada, race headquarters, a real fine sponsor. And of course, Bill Friends and his entire NPBA staff has done a great job. Well, what can you say? The race has been great. Freeze Frame has enjoyed covering it for you. And we certainly are going to look forward to the next race in New Rochelle. It's been great racing. Well, this is Shelley Kahn speaking on behalf of the entire Freeze Frame Sports Production staff, wishing you a fond farewell from Freeport, Long Island, and we've certainly hoped you've enjoyed today's coverage of the 1985 Scorpion 100 from Freeport, New York.